Hey, we just got back from Acquire the Fire, our first night, and my first time ever. And I am rooming with a bunch of pretty awesome girls, and they had the idea, well, Acquire the Fire inspired us to do a video on what God has done for us in our life. So the girls had an awesome idea when they got back to the hotel that we wanted to do a video. So here it goes. I'm going to start us off. My name's Amanda, and basically my testimony is pretty long, but God has done a lot for me in my life. And it started when I was young. My parents divorced and my dad left us. And I remember feeling so rejected and lonely, and I didn't understand why, and just all these questions that I couldn't answer. And just broken promises all throughout my life. It was just, we grew up poor, we didn't have much. It was a rough childhood, but I always managed to get through, and I had some awesome friends that brought me to church and introduced me to God, and from then on it's been great. And then I got married actually my senior year of high school, and to my first boyfriend, and we've been together for a long time, and we were married for 4 years, and we had my son was 3 at the time, and then I was pregnant with my daughter, who is now almost 2. But anyway, I was pregnant with her, and my husband left me one day. And I remember being so devastated, and I couldn't do anything about it. And I just remember saying, why is all this happening to me? Why do people keep leaving me? And, it's things you just can't control, and you just, you wonder, is this going to be like this for the rest of my life? How can anything good come from this? And I just remember I had to get through because of my kids, and my best friend also moved away at the same exact time, so it's like I had nobody to turn to. It was very, very lonely, very difficult part of my life. And I remember getting down on the floor one day, the day that I found out, and I cried. I didn't know what else to do. There's nothing else I could do. And I felt God's arms wrap around me, just these arms, like I could actually feel them, like He was there with me. And from that moment on, I knew it was going to be okay, no matter the situation, how it was going to turn out. I had no idea. All I knew that He was there, and He wasn't going to leave me. And that's all I needed to know at the time. And it got me through. So that's basically my testimony in a nutshell. I could go on and on about it. But basically, that's how God has saved me and what He's done for me in my life. He took something that, could be tragic. It could be, it could hurt you and tear you down. It could make you bitter. But, He took something horrible and He made it into something beautiful. And I'm now married to my wonderful husband now. And, life couldn't be better. It's been great. He's done so much for us. And I just want to encourage anybody that's been through that's been through a broken home or a broken relationship, that He can turn that bad situation into something good, and just to always remember that He's right there beside you, and He never left you at all, ever. So that's what He's done for me. Now we're going to go to my girls, and this is Haley. She's pretty awesome. This is the first time I've actually hung out with her, so here's her testimony on what God has done for you, Haley. Can you tell us what God's done for you?
God changed my life by saving me and giving me eternal strength. He saved me by my mom and grandma taking me to church, and I go with my best friend now, and I've just learned more about Him, and I'm growing, and that's how He saved me.
Awesome. Great. And now we're going to go to Taylor Baker. And Taylor, what's God done for you, and how has He, helped you in your life?
Well, God helped me in my life by just showing me who loves me. When I was a little kid, we didn't start out as a Christian family. We never went to church when I was little, and now I'm just inspired because we go to church all the time. And when I was little, when we never went to church, we'd always camp with these crazy people, and they'd get drunk and get in fights, and it was just hard. And I was like, man, I felt sorry for myself and my family. And one day we decided to go to church with Bill and Angie, my pastor now, and his wife. And well, when we went the first time, we were all like, who's that? I think they're just making this stuff up. 'Cause this is a myth, isn't it? And we kept going and going because they encouraged us Bill and Angie encouraged us to keep going, so we kept going, and when we got saved. So now we go to church every day, and God's like saved my family because after we got saved, we were more engaged, and I feel like I can tell them what I need to tell them, and they listen to me, and it makes me feel more loved since I got saved by God, and He made it better for me, and that's how He changed my life.
So He's changed your whole family's life, hasn't He? Turned something, you guys weren't living for God, and now you guys are on fire for Him. Your whole family is. That's awesome.
Now we're here going to acquire the fire, and I can't wait for tomorrow.
Woo-hoo.
See you there.
All right, now let's hear from Taylor. Taylor, what has God done for you in your life, and how has He helped you in your life?
I was 4 years old when I was adopted because God moved me from a bad situation.
It's okay. He's awesome, isn't He? He can take us from our lowest point, something horrible, and He can bring us into something amazing and surround us with people that just love us unconditionally, just like He does. But He loves us so much more, and we can't even fathom it.
Not only did you get
So what's He done? What's He done for you? How did He bring you out of that situation?
He brought me to a new family who loves and cares about me.
Mhm. It's awesome, isn't it? And I can relate with you. Felt the same way. I wasn't abused or anything like that, like you were, but I felt that rejection and loneliness, and wondering if I was ever going to have my family together, and but so that's awesome. So anything else? He's pretty much just got you into a whole different situation, huh? It's awesome, isn't it? Yeah. So we just praise God. Okay, everybody, come here. So our first night of Acquire the Fire, and we decided to make this video on what God's done for us in our lives. And now we encourage you to make a video. And what do you want to say? What's God done for you in your life, and how has He changed your life? Right?
This is how He's changed ours.
Yep.